Have I mentioned that to do this class, to understand this material, you should be drawing pictures? Draw a picture. Draw a picture. This trigonometry is about triangles. It's about angles. It's about triangles and angles. And everything we can do boils back down to a triangle somewhere. So when you're given the information, 2 bits of information, the sine of theta equals -3/4, and they tell us that we're in quadrant 4. Okay? Um, Even without knowing quadrant 4, I know I'm either in quadrant 3 or 4 because the sign is the opposite. In the back of my head, I got a couple things going on here. In the first quadrant, I've got this picture here. If this is x and y, coordinates of this point right here, and the radius there is r, then I know that the sine of that angle is y/r, and I use that in any of the quadrants, okay? So the way that I can get the sign to be negative is if the y-coordinate is a negative. So the y-coordinate is negative down here in 3 and 4, right? So either I've got a third or fourth quadrant angle. They can tell me fourth quadrant angle. Okay, so the sine of theta, sine, the y-coordinate over r. So the sine is -3 and the r is 4. It looks something like, whatever, 3, 4, -3, 4, right? This angle right here, fourth quadrant angle, or maybe it's that one all the way around there. I don't know exactly. I know that its terminal side has a y-coordinate. Terminal angle here goes through a point where the y-coordinate is -3 and the hypotenuse is 4. Pythagoras can help me find this other one. Take 4, square it, that's 16. 3 squared is 9. So 16 minus 9 is, come on now, 7. So that other side is the square root of 7. All right. And it's positive because we're in the fourth quadrant and the x-coordinate is positive over there. So the thing is, I've got a picture. I've got all 3 sides of the triangle with this angle of theta here. What's the cosine of theta? Well, the cosine of theta, over here, it would be x divided by r, so it's the same thing, x divided by r. Radical 7/4. What's the sine, what's the next thing? Tangent of theta? Well, tangent of theta over here would be y/x. It's the same thing over here, y/x. -3 over the square root of 7. Cotangent of theta? Well, it'll be reciprocal of tangent. Radical 7 over -3. Cosecant of theta? I'm doing them in the wrong order here. Secant theta is secant of theta. Secant of theta would be the reciprocal of the cosine, 4 over radical 7. And the cosecant of theta would, of course, be the reciprocal of sine, which sine was -3/4, so it's -4/3. Right? Draw the picture. If they tell you one trig function, sine of theta is -3/4, they've just told you where it is. Well, up to maybe 2 quadrants, but then they give you a little bit more information that tells you which quadrant you're in. So I know exactly, -3 and 4, the y-coordinate and the radius are given to me. Pythagoras gives me the third side, now I've got everything. If you know one trig function, you know them all, because Pythagoras gives you the other side. You've got 2, you get the other side. Draw a picture, it helps immensely.